displaced commuter in the GUI engine. They have at their disposal the wealth of knowledge our teachers share and are favored to adapt first to any changes made as our response is tweaked based on the turns circumstances may take.
If we ensure that all our children are learning, that last boy over there that seems like he's not going to come to anything, but we see him as a potential for the country, can contribute to nation building, and we see it as our responsibility to make sure that he's educated. Then down the road, he may be one of the big investors that's going to come and contribute to nation building.
The GUI engine throttles on, and there's little we can do about its condition now. But at the very least, a plan to enhance performance and increase efficiency has been worked out. The task now is to see it put into action.
At the beginning of every new year, there is talk of the need for a fresh start. Well, that idea just happens to be at the core of the work being done by the National Transformation Program. Up next, their message for Jamaica in 2010.
It's time you make a fresh start, my brothers.
My fellow Jamaicans, like me, you're perhaps tired of hearing about how difficult 2010 is going to be. You and I have heard and we have accepted. What 2010 is an opportunity for each of us and for our entire nation to make a fresh start. But this time, we must get it right. We do not have the convenience of time, nor can we afford the luxury of failure. To those of us who have not yet done so, what we must do now is plan for the difficulties ahead. I suggest to you that your individual plan, regardless of who and where you are, and regardless of the details, must be a plan of self-reliance. God has blessed Jamaica with an abundance of resources, the greatest of which is the intellect and creativity of our people. We must put that intellect and creativity to work, relying on our own toil to make the difference. We must stop the heavy reliance on the capital and labor of those overseas, and instead rely on our own work, our own efforts, towards the day when we earn our keep. Our fresh start must involve rejecting a reliance on politicians and dons of any color, of any political color whatsoever. There's no salvation in them. Our best chance of success lies in the aggregate power of our individual efforts and in the sum total of our individual achievements.
Let us choose to make a fresh start by choosing to forgive and start again, morally, socially, and economically, wherever that fresh start needs to be. A fresh start means choosing to live at peace instead of at war with my neighbor and even myself. A fresh start means choosing to put aside past failures, problems, and situations that hold me back, and choosing to chart a new course for a prosperous future where I can make the choice to do it right this time. As members of civil society, it is important that we remain relevant and pursue those things that are right and good, and which advance the common good of our island nation. We call on all fellow Jamaicans to be a part of the process in strengthening those things that are positive in our country. We call for greater volunteer action in the protection of our environment, in the fight against crime, in the promotion of safety on our roads. We call especially for protection of our children and those with special needs, and in the promotion of peace and prosperity.
The holy season of Christmas was a recent reminder for us to pause and to give thanks for the gift of the Christ child and for the constant opportunity for a fresh start. Yes, Jamaica does have many challenges, some of which threaten to overwhelm us, but we have a reservoir from which we have not really tapped. It is that reservoir of spirit which kept our diverse ancestors alive and in hope, so that we today can be the living, breathing dreams of slaves, indentured workers, and social refugees. It is that reservoir of spirit that we have begun to define as the Jamaican gene in all of us, which some of us have discovered and others have yet to discover. As we welcome a new year in the middle of a drought of hope, we urge you to draw from that reservoir of spirit, renew your hope, seek the guidance of God for your lives and for the life of our nation. Embrace and express that innate Jamaican gene, which will enable us to meet, defeat, and build on the ashes of our challenges. Let us together determine to make 2010 a year of hope and a year of incredible achievement, inspired by the hope we have in us, along with our God-given potential for great achievement and the inspiring memory of our athletes in Berlin. Yes, as we usher out a past year, let us remember the example of our world-class athletes. They displayed for us and to the world that Jamaicans can be the best in the world. What's the secret? Hard work, discipline, dedication, unity, despite disagreement, and a determination to excel despite the odds. There is no other nation like ours, no other people like you and me. So as we begin the new year, let's put aside past problems, failures, and defeats, and replace them with solutions, successes, and victories. Let us determine, each of us, that wherever we work and wherever we play, we will have a 9.58 day. On behalf of the National Transformation Program, we pray for you a blessed, prosperous, and high-performance new year in which our boundless possibilities become the avenues through which our dreams come true. God bless you all.
It's time you make a fresh start, my brothers.
This is where we'll have to close the pages of this edition of Jamaica Magazine. Check us out tomorrow for another exciting program. And remember, this and other programs can be viewed online at www.jis.gov.jm. While you're at it, give us your feedback at Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the team here at DJIS, I'm Alison Watson. Have a great evening.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.